envy Qin Hailu and become Dilireba. This season of Flower was unexpectedly given a high score. I went to watch it and found that it did look much more comfortable than the previous seasons of intrigue. In the words of netizens, everyone is normal this season. Of course, it may be that they have learned from the experience of previous seasons, and everyone has not yet taken off their disguises. But no matter what, it looks pretty good so far. To be honest, we are all ordinary people, and few of us want to get angry with a smoky variety show after a tiring day. This season is relaxing, fun, nice, beautiful, and comfortable. The only one that made me a little worried was Dilireba. Among this group of people, Dilireba actually stands out. In terms of popularity, only Reba can be called the top class. In terms of appearance, Dilireba, who is known as the famous face of domestic entertainment, has an absolute advantage. Before watching the show, I thought she might be a bit arrogant, or at least a bit sharp, but from the beginning of the show, it was very obvious that she was reserved and uncomfortable. Reba didn't speak much along the way, and most of the time she just looked at the scenery outside the window silently. In the previous few issues, she seemed to have been saying no, 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 sorry, sorry. Before departure, tour guide Wang Aniu allocated the funds given by the program team and proposed two plans. Plan 1 is to put all the money in one person's hand and everyone spends it together. Plan 2 is to distribute the money equally to each member. Dilireba chose 2 because she felt she was a bit thin-skinned. If she didn't have money, she would be embarrassed to ask others for it and would have to starve herself. She got sick when we started recording. After struggling to get to the destination, I didn't go out to eat with everyone because I felt uncomfortable. At this time, people asked to bring her food, but she kept saying no, 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 she couldn't eat, and it would be a waste of money if she brought food. The program team only gave limited funds. The program team arranged for everyone to visit local people's homes and asked each star to give the owner a gift. Wang Aniu obviously came well prepared. While delivering gifts, he also prepared a short English composition to read to the host. The few remaining people were obviously panicked. But the others were in a panic and were not nervous. Reba was really nervous and kept looking up English words nearby. He didn't give away his gifts until everyone had given them away. When Dilireba was checking in on the background wall and just about to get up after finishing the filming, everyone asked her to take more pictures as a model. She was immediately shy and at a loss. Including later when she was wearing traditional Saudi clothing on the catwalk at a local's home. I didn't expect that Reba, who had taken so many red carpet photos, had no sense of home field at all, and was almost the shyest one during the catwalk. He frequently covered his mouth and snickered. In the latest episode, everyone made an appointment to set off, but when the time was almost up, Reba had not finished taking a shower. When Wang Aniu came to see her, her first reaction was to tell everyone to go first, but they were unwilling to leave her behind, so she had to pack up quickly and hurriedly got in the car without makeup or blow-drying her hair. She had obviously been in a bad mood all morning and barely said a word. When they arrived at the check-in place, others were happily chatting and laughing and taking photos, while Reba was wearing sunglasses and blowing air by herself. When others asked her to take pictures, she said, "I won't take pictures anymore, you guys will." Before setting off in the afternoon, Reba came out early. When people asked her why she was so early, she said, "I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time, otherwise I'd be too shameless to talk all afternoon." Zinzili said, a little shocked, "So the reason why you didn't talk in the morning was because of this?" One detail that even made me feel a little distressed is that in the young flower, her rare moment of freedom was when she was talking to the camera in the room, because at that time she was not afraid of saying the wrong thing. For fans, they may think she is cute like this. But what I feel is loneliness. A person who is keen on talking to himself may essentially mean that no one can talk to her at any time. Whether it's because she's late, she feels guilty for being so cautious all morning, or she's lonely because she likes to talk to herself, it's not in line with what she should be like as a top star. She is obviously a highly sensitive, high internal personality. To use popular words, she is an I person. Such people are quite common around us. Even I myself sometimes suffer from serious internal conflicts. The most exaggerated time I had was when I was at a party with two friends. I thought they knew a lot and were good at chatting, but every time I wanted to talk, I felt it was boring and embarrassed to speak. The two of them were chatting all over the place that day, and I simply sat there, smiling and nodding in agreement, and the whole afternoon passed like this. This incident directly led me to think that I am a person who cannot speak. Even the nervousness of shooting short videos and doing live broadcasts later was related to that afternoon. I also once envied one of my best friends very much. Not because she married well or had a successful career, but what I envied most was her liveliness and cheerfulness, her extremely relaxed and at ease state. The photos she took casually were full of big picture images, but I couldn't stage those actions even if I deliberately staged them. We seem to always be guessing about other people's opinions, and are afraid of being judged by others for not doing well enough or making others unhappy. The result is that we spend too much time consuming ourselves, and instead get stuck in progress. The cause of this kind of personality must be related to being suppressed for a long time while growing up. Reba's tutor is very strict. She once said that when she was a child, she walked over to the teacher without saying hello because she didn't see him. When she got home, her father scolded her, "If you don't say hello to the teacher, what do you think you are?" Because of such a small thing, education her afternoon. Children who grow up in this kind of environment must have the idea deep down that everything they do is wrong and they try hard to satisfy others. In many cases, we suppress ourselves and say, "Since I don't know if it's right or not, I won't say it at all. Since I may make you unhappy if I do it, then I won't do it at all." I also envy others who can say whatever they want without any internal friction, but there will always be a force to stop them when things happen. Most people don't dare to be like Qin Hailu, who shows off his face whenever the mood strikes, for fear of being questioned for not being able to take the overall situation into consideration. They also don't dare to make mistakes like Qin Hailu's Hillary, for fear that others will say that she is a lunatic. Of course, change is easier said than done. But there is a more useful way, which is to often watch highly social variety shows such as Hua Xiao and Aohuahu. When you have a God's perspective and jump out to see the overall situation, you will find that in many cases, people fall into unnecessary tension. For example, in Little Flower, what would happen if Reba took the initiative to ask others to bring him food? No matter what happens. On the contrary, the relationship only heats up when they trouble each other and tease each other. People may be born with this understanding. In the show, Qin and Hillary have been fighting each other vigorously, but their relationship is the best, so good that they can't wait to get married. Sometimes you might as well say something directly. After speaking out, you will find that the world has not collapsed. Qin Hailu is famous for daring to fight. Famous cases such as criticizing a digital actor, "I met someone with a big mouth and slapped him on it." In Wives Travel, she criticized Zhang Zhenyu, "Can't it be simpler? What's so pretentious?" It was so direct and sharp that I pinched her that time. Sweat. In this season of Young Flowers, Qin Hailu is the same. When she is tired, she will show off her face, and when she is dissatisfied, she will speak up. She may have made enemies, but as you can see, up to now, Sister Lu has won many awards, has been filming less movies, and her reputation has not declined. On the contrary, everyone still likes her outspoken persona. The side effect is that the bad breath in my heart is relieved in time, and there are only gains and no losses. As for Meng Ziyi and Aohuahu a while ago, she almost said the wrong thing, but the mistake became a habit, and everyone felt that she was very real and cute. Therefore, on the basis of sincerity, there is no need to worry about saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. Don't underestimate everyone's intelligence. Everyone understands the principle of time passes and people's hearts are revealed. And don't underestimate the extent to which everyone forgets. Many things may only be remembered by you in the end. Or even if the worst happens, you are isolated and scolded. So what? Do other people's opinions really affect what you want to do? What's more, no matter how careful you are, you really can't guarantee that you won't have bad reviews. Dilireba is so obedient and careful, doesn't it still make people feel pale? I just happened to read something Liu Yifei said yesterday, and I think it makes sense. It's so happy to be a sincere person, because there is no waste of energy. You can do so many things that are beneficial to yourself and others, and your progress will be greater. Come on. Whatever you say is okay with me, because this is how you feel, and I don't have any objections. What I can do is have a feeling in my heart, and I don't change it for anyone, nor do I change it to prove myself. Don't define yourself, don't believe so much in other people's definitions, you can always discover new things. Highly sensitive people really need to show a bit of a dead pig is not afraid of boiling water spirit. Because in most cases, what others think has nothing to do with us, and more often than not, the most terrifying thing is not doing something wrong but doing nothing.